I'm going to tell you how Marine brothers take care of each other. My buddy Roy and I are in Denny's for breakfast. Roy walks back from using the payphone, slumps into the booth across from me, and says, "Well, I'm screwed. The guy sold the Thunderbird out from under me." We were Harrier jet engine mechanics, and Roy was getting ready to get out of the Marine Corps. We had driven up the night before from Yuma to Phoenix to purchase the object of his desire, a white '83 Ford Thunderbird. So even though all the arrangements were made and Roy had an envelope with $3,500 in cash, the guy had sold the Thunderbird and we were dead in the water. So we're back to flipping through the auto trader where we don't find another '83 Thunderbird, but I find a 1967 Mustang Fastback. Now, I had always wanted the classic Mustang since I was about 5. There was a forbidden model of the '66 coupe on my dad's dresser that I used to take down and play with. I had memorized the Mustang recognition guide and could tell you anything you wanted to know about an early model Mustang. I had the shop manuals and didn't even have the car. So, yeah, it was to the point of obsession. And why? Because classic Mustangs were and are stylish, fast, and cool. And when I had one, I would be stylish, fast, and cool. But when I left home for the Marine Corps, I had a conflict. Namely, my dad was going to make me a loan to buy my first car, but he insisted, "No, you're not going to get a Mustang. You're going to get something a little more practical." Namely, an '83 Ford Escort. Now, I don't know if anyone out there remembers the '83 Ford Escort, but they were neither stylish, nor fast, nor cool. So I felt kind of crushed. I mean, I remember Lance Corporal Oberman, who himself had a '65 Mustang convertible, saying, "Man, nobody ever stood on a street corner and said, 'Hey, did you see that '83 Escort go by?'" But now, 3 years later, I had an opportunity, finally, to get the Mustang I'd always wanted. I don't have to answer to Dad. So I slide the magazine over to Roy and say, "Hey, man, let's go check this one out." I go to the payphone, call the guy, and we head over there. As we approach the house, I see it sitting in the driveway, and it is beautiful. It's this dark bluish green color called dark moss green, chrome bumpers and trim, that smooth character line that goes all the way from the top of the windshield all the way to the back of the trunk. If you've seen the movie Bullet, it looks like the car that Steve McQueen raced around the streets of San Francisco. It's gorgeous. My heart's kind of in my throat. So the owner, a middle-aged white dude in jeans and a t-shirt, comes off the porch and we chat a little bit about the car. I give him my driver's license, he hands me the keys, and Roy and I get in. We close the doors with this nice, satisfying ka-chunk that you just don't hear in cars anymore. I turn the key over and the engine comes to life with this nice, deep, throaty rumble. We head down the street, and as soon as I turn the corner out of sight, I just put my foot in it. We are thrown back in the seats. Roy goes, "Oh, man, this is nice." And I just feel this rush of adrenaline and emotion and those tingles coming up your spine. This is definitely not an '83 Ford Escort. So we're back at the house in about 10 minutes or so, and the negotiation dance begins. I tell him, "Well, I got to think about it." And he goes, "Well, don't think too hard. I've already got an offer." So clearly he's danced this dance before. But there's another problem. We're up here in Phoenix. I finally got a chance to have the Mustang I've always wanted, but I didn't bring any cash. So at dinner, I float the question to Roy. I said, "Hey, man, since you've got that 3,500 and there's no Thunderbird, can I borrow it till we get back to Yuma on Tuesday?" Now, I realize I'm asking a lot. $3,500 is not, "Hey, man, float me a 20 until payday." And Roy hesitates. Now, if he says no, then there's no Mustang. That thing's as good as gone. He says, "Oh, hell yeah, man." And if we weren't sitting down, I'd have jumped up and hugged him. That's how Marine brothers take care of each other. And then he adds, "As long as the guy doesn't sell it out from under you." And that's also how Marine brothers take care of you. Because I didn't sleep that night. All I could think was, I'm getting my Mustang. Oh my God, he's going to sell it out from under me. I'm getting my Mustang. Oh my God, he's going to sell it. So after breakfast, we call. And yes, he has not sold the car out from under me. And we head back over for a test drive. This time we get the car and we take it up to a corner garage. I give the mechanic a 20 and he puts it on the lift to give me 20 bucks worth. Brings it down. He says, hey man, the ball joints are going to need to be replaced soon. But other than that, she's sound. What's he asking? I said, 3,500. He goes, offer him $3,000 and go up to 3,500. And if you don't buy it, I will. And I've never heard a more ringing endorsement in all my life. I am stoked. I am this close to having my Mustang. So we get in the car and Roy hands me the envelope of cash. I put the envelope in my jacket pocket, except for 5 $100 bills, which I strategically place about my person. We head back to the owner's house and the negotiation dance resumes. Will you take 3,000? I've already got an offer for 3,000. I've wanted this car since I was 5. Cash, I said, producing the envelope. Well, I'm probably going to need to call and let the other guy know. I am going to have this car. I reach in my pocket and I produce one of the $100 bills. 3,100. Deal. I've got my car. I've got my Mustang. I've got the car Dad said I couldn't have. I've got the car that's going to turn heads. So we make the 2.5 hour drive back to Yuma and back to the base, and I am enjoying every single minute of it. I'm feeling every bit stylish, fast, and cool. And as I pull onto the base, we drive past the barracks, I see this Marine walking down the sidewalk, and he is staring intently at my car. He is staring so intently that he misses the curb, stumbles, and falls flat on his face. And I'm thinking, yeah, nobody ever fell off a curb staring at my '83 Escort.